This movie is called The Entrance to My Jesus Greg World. If you came to www.getmorejesus.com, then you might need a little guidance because that's the entrance to my Jesus Greg World. It's a world that Jesus is building for me and with me. I assist Jesus. In fact, Jesus is making the movie you're watching right now, but I am assisting him. He's telling me what to say in my head and my heart and the best I can listen to. But this is the movie that needed to be made because my Jesus Greg World makes myself and others go, what is going on here? Because there's so much going on. I found out when I grow up, you know what I'm going to be? No, I mean, like when I really grow up, a million years from now, do you know what I'll be? I'm going to be a world builder, a Jesus world builder. And what will you be doing, Greg? I'll be building my Jesus Greg world with Jesus. That's what he's going to do. That's what I expect to do. As soon as I die, what will I be doing? What I'm doing now, building a Jesus world. And it's multifaceted. So they're going to be doing lots of things. And that's what you see going on here at www.getmorejesus.com or wherever in the future Jesus places this entrance. But what you need to know now is that there are many channels, many different kind of entrances, different ways you can go here, and Jesus and I will be building those in, um, so that different people say, "Oh, I better travel this way. I want to know what's going on, say from an intellectual point of view." So you could travel that. Think of it like a tunnel. I'm going to travel down this tunnel, and Jesus, using Greg's mouth and mind, will explain to me what's going on. And that's kind of the pathway that's most developed right now because I needed to understand, and Jesus needed me to understand in my head and my heart, but in my head, like, well, what are we doing here, Jesus? Greg, we are building a new world, a virtual world that's connected to your physical world. So it'll be a virtual or spiritual world plus a physical world simultaneous. Oh, okay. Why are we doing this? And on, answering those questions. So over the past 10 years, that's what he's been doing. But he's also started these, if you think of them like tunnels or entrances into my Jesus Greg world, he started many of those. Like, my Jesus Greg world is this, my Jesus Greg world is that. So it's like different entrances, different takes on what this virtual world is. And so today, right now, um, what God has put in my heart is to introduce it um, as a opera. That's what when I got born again, and he told me about Jesus world building. He said, "You will have a musical universe. You'll have a musical world, and so it will be understood musically, but like an opera." So it's called a life at the opera. Greg's life at the opera. It just means it's going to be musical. It doesn't mean I'm going to be singing operatic songs per se, but um, I won't be singing jazz per se. I will be singing classic rocks per se, and some traditional hymns and other things, or whatever Jesus wants me to. I'm okay with opera. Yeah, we'll probably do some opera. It kind of feels like in my heart. So some improv opera, though. What's an improv opera? Well, go to Wikipedia and look up improv opera, and you'll see what it is. It's kind of loose. It's kind of like you have an opera that goes forward, not knowing beforehand the things which are going to happen, but you have a general idea, I guess. And so that's what Jesus has given me. And so in jazz, they would call that you have your jazz standards. Go look that up in Wikipedia. What are jazz standards? And you'll see that they're kind of like the most familiar songs, the songs that jazz musicians play most often, and that's changed, of course, over the years and so forth. But yeah, look that up if you wanted to. But the parable that's in my mind about opera is when I was a freshman in high school, Mr. Penny, he was my choir teacher. And Mr. Penny got the offer for our choir, our high school choir, to go down to Mexico. So we spent a whole lot of time um, gathering money. I remember doing all kinds of projects, recycling paper, selling grapefruit from Texas. What else did we do? Collecting cans. We did hay bales. Yeah, we got paid from farmers to stack hay bales and so forth. And these donations. So to finally go to Mexico for it was a week or two. And on that trip, we went to Mexico City and we went to I don't know what it's called, probably the Grand Opera, the Mexico's premier whatever national opera house. I'd never, as a boy from Wyoming, never really sat through a live opera. Um, and when I did there in Mexico, I was like, man, what's going on? And I'm guessing they gave me a playbill or whatever thing you read and it tells you what's going on. But they're they're down there singing in some language I don't know. Could have been Italian, could have been French, could have been German, could have been Mexican, Spanish, could have been Mexican too. Uh, could have been English for all I know. The operatic. Oh, hey, you're speaking a different language. Yeah. So, what's it like, Greg? Oh, it's probably like sitting down and watching some of Jesus's movies in my Jesus Greg world. People are like, well, what is going on? What is he talking about? And so that is where um, you kind of have to have the playbill. You have to like, okay, well, you don't have to. If you don't want to understand what's going on, you just go to sleep or change channel. But so Jesus has created this pathway, and that's the existing pathway that's there right now at www.getmorejesus.com, where it kind of has an intellectual understanding. So I could read that playbill, and they'd say, "Oh, this farmer is doing this, and this lady's doing that, and they're singing about it, and their love, and now the bad guy's coming." And so you could read it like, okay. So then you look back up like, okay, this has lasted a long time. Is he still okay? Yeah, he's still saying how much he loves the farmer's daughter. Oh, I love her so much. She's so sweet, so sweet. She's like a sweet cow milk. She's like a rose. She's like honey. She's like, okay, how many more things can you think of? It looks like 20 more things. Okay, well, we can. Oh, now they're pausing on that one. Honey, 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 honey. Huh, sounds familiar. It's like blues. She looked honey. She like honey. She like honey. Went down to the milk store, bought some milk. Oh, yeah. Mama said, here's some milk. Yeah. Well, you get the picture. Um, that that opera, to my mind, like, what is going on here? And it wasn't that pleasant. You're like, what would you rather do? Watch this opera or watch Styx in concert? Oh, I get that. I understand that. Yeah. But it's a parable. So don't worry, I'm not going to give you a lot of opera unless Jesus tells me to, or unless you reinterpret the songs that I'm singing as, look, those are operatic. I guess we could do that. Yeah, reinterpret. But what this message right here, this 10-minute message, is meant to convey is the intention of Jesus to create these different pathways. And some of the pathways, it'll just enter right into the opera. Like, where's the playbill? There's no playbill here. This is not that entrance. This is just somebody waking up singing the pillow song. And he doesn't even call it the pillow song. He just starts singing. And that'd be me this morning. Um, and so that'd be like going in and saying, no, don't tell us what's going on. Just do what you do on the stage. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. And so, yeah, that's one of the pathways we're building now is the unexplained pathway that just just do the thing, Greg. Just do it. They can learn by example. They can learn by repetition. Who can? Because mortals aren't going to put up with this, Jesus. Oh, the spirit prisoners. Oh, yeah. And the angels in paradise. Yeah, the ones who are helping you build this, helping you, Jesus. But yeah, we're doing this. Okay. So, long story short, there's going to be many pathways. And the one that's built out right now is to help me and you, mostly me. Like, what is going on here, Jesus? Because backstage, we got a lot of stuff that's going to come front stage. And I'm like, what is all this stuff? Oh, well, that's going to be used for this and that's going to be used for that. And so to make sense of it all, we spent the last 10 years working on all of it, different pieces. But one of the main ones was just to explain to my mind, my carnal mind, like, what are we doing? Now I understand. Oh, we're telling a story musically and otherwise. And everybody is. That's right. Everybody's telling a story constantly, constantly. Do they know they're doing it? Generally not. Oh, well, what would be the good thing if you knew you were telling a story? You can change the story. I don't know what other story is there to tell. Now we hear a song. Tell me the stories of Jesus. I long to hear what Jesus, if he was here, would want me to feel and believe and think and do. Tell that story, maybe on YouTube or wherever you can put it. And even if it looks like that opera in in New Mexico, in Mexico City, tell it to me. And then also, Jesus, if you don't mind creating a little playbill thing, I think that's what it's called, and putting the stuff in it I know what's going on. But also, yeah, I want to do what you told me. Just get on the stage, Greg. Okay, I'm on the stage. It says YouTube Studio Live. I'm here. Now, just improv it. Improv it. Okay, so just do whatever you tell me. Okay, hashtag hear you. Okay, Jesus says hashtag hear you. Hear me. Oh, it's hashtag hear me. I hashtag hear you, Jesus, but you want me to hashtag hear you. Me. Hear me. Yeah. All right. Okay, well, that's what's going on. Multiple pathways. And this is like at the very, very, very top of all those pathways before you choose your pathway. Soon there'll be like these choices like you can go this way, or you can go this way, or you can go this way. And yes, there'll be a little sign telling you, okay, get down this pathway. There's going to be no explanation. Greg's just going to go full on singing and saying and prophesying and um, doing all kinds of stuff without a lot of explanation. Just like, I'm in the shower, not even saying you're in the shower, just turn the shower on and joy to the world. What's this guy doing? Apparently, he's in the shower singing joy to the world. Well, why is he doing that? Have you looked at the playbill? I think we're going to call it the playbill. The playbill pathway, right, Jesus? Yeah, perhaps. We'll have to wait and see. He'll give me a second witness on that. But what I know is that this is an important movie, as all of Jesus's movies are. But this one tells me, okay, we've got it. At the very top is this movie. And then right below it, if you're going down rabbit holes, you're like, oh, there's like 20 rabbit holes. There'll be 100 rabbit holes eventually. But right now, we got a big old rabbit hole at www.getmorejesus.com. And that one is like the playbill. Tell me what's going on. But do it in a fashion that's tied in with your improv, um, opera slash journaling slash storytelling. Greg, could you do that? Yeah, with Jesus's help, I could. Jesus, how to do that? Well, we got it done. Only took 10 years. Sweet. We got a trillion more, and then a trillion after that, and then an infinity after that to build this world. We got lots of time. So, shoot, I thought this thing was going to go for 10 minutes. I think it's going to go to 16 because I think we're going to add some operatic songs. There was a time when I was so hard-hearted. God wasn't much of a friend of mine. The tables have turned. Yeah, me and those ways have parted. 'Cause carnal love is the killing guy. Now all I want is someone I can't resist. And I know that you know that that was you, Jesus. And I know all I need to know by the way that I got blessed. I was crying when I met God. Now I'm trying to beget God's love. It's sweet mystery. I was trying just to get through. Now I'm dying to let you, God, what you do, rescue me, even if it's with an opera, a life at the opera. And it is. And I like it. Yeah. Let the mystery begin. Let's put aside the alienation, get on with the fascination, the real relation, the underlying theme, which is the theme, the overture, getting more Jesus, loving Jesus more than I did before. That's the main theme of this opera, just to let you know. Yeah, get your playbills out. That's what that is. But expect many more holes, if you will, many more avenues, pathways you can enter into my Jesus Greg world and experience what it is. We'll be building those over the next 10 years. And I'm so happy that we've already started a bunch of them. I could list them, but I won't. That's for another time. This is the end, the end, or the beginning. It's both. Yeah, it's both.